Hello, everybody. It is me, Briskatoozy, and today we are talking about that time I got reincarnated as a slime, episode 12. Okay, we got introduced to Lapis. Now, I guess it's because I was reading like in the manga because everything is black and white. I didn't know what this guy would look like colored, but he actually looks pretty cool. He has like a black mask and it's pink, and then like he looks like he's human, I guess, or maybe he's like the other guy in the mask, like that weird like pointy mask. Maybe he has elf ears too, just pointy ears in general, goblin ears. You could even say that it is, but but he was pretty cool, especially like his voice. Like I've heard that voice before, but it was cool seeing it and seeing how it worked. Especially his interaction with Gabiru. Like he's like there's so many like clown characters. Like we saw like last week or like 2 weeks ago, like the Orc Lord when he or the Orc Lord one of the Orc Lords like men was killing like one of the ogres, and then we saw like a fat guy wearing a mask. And now we see like a tall skinny dude with like a mask and like horns on top of his head. So there seems to be like a group of just these clowns that are just going around, and then when I see these, it just reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul with masks and stuff like that. The meeting part at the beginning of the episode, I this is like the first time that I felt like bored during an episode. I was looking through like the comments of this episode and people weren't really talking about it. They were just talking about the whole entire episode as a whole. But man, like that meeting episode, like seeing it in the manga, it was okay reading it because I'm reading it and looking at the pictures, but then seeing like a full just like 6 to 7 minutes of just like talking, and then there were like shows and don't tells, like they were telling, but then there was like kind of shows. But then like I just felt like so bored just listening to them talk and talk. Maybe it's because I already knew the information, but it was also just I just didn't really care for it. But it was interesting to get that information about the Orc Lord and then like his like ability that's sort of like Ramiro's his Predator skill. But with Predator, he just I guess those abilities are pretty much the same. Like there's I guess like it was called Starved, and then I guess they just eat people and they show them eating people in the future because of the stuff that you see the orcs do. Like man, like when you see what they're like in further episodes, it's just, like they're like not even like wow. They're like not even the same people anymore. I guess like if the orcs were like normal before like that pointy mask guy even got to them, like who knows if they'll ever be able to like go back to normal, or if Ramiro and the rest of their group is gonna have to kill them. But it was cool seeing Trainee animated and stuff like that. It was really cool seeing her glow. That does really work out really well, and then seeing her just like talk to him and acting like the total like calming trickery person that she is, and then Ramiro just like acting dumbfounded the whole entire time. It was weird seeing his reactions and stuff like that, reacting to Trainee, but seeing his reactions in the future are going to be even more awesome. Uh, I guess either or not, that's all that happened. Gabiru and his group is still pretty funny. Seeing them all just like drool all over him, and then like him just like getting out of situations by tricking his men and stuff like that. It was also cool seeing. It was also cool and funny seeing Ramiro reacting to Soe going to talk to the Lizardman's chieftain, and then Ramiro's just like such a dreamboat, such a confident man. That seems pretty good. But overall, That's the only stuff that happened in the first 12 minutes, and those are just my thoughts and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes to review the rest of this episode. Okay, I am back. I like it how you just like saw Zoe just walk right into the chieftain's room, like as all of the chieftain's men are just like there's an intruder, there's an intruder. He just walks in and then he just talks to the chieftain, but he acts with respect. So then the chieftain just allows the intruder to just come in, allows Zoe to just walk in because he's being so grateful. The negotiations went pretty well. He just told them about Ramiro, but then of course every single other races know about Ramiro apparently, but with the manga, like no one even knows who Ramiro is until like volume 6. Not until he becomes friends with the pink-haired girl. Then after that, the chieftain said that he would only say yes to the alliance with Ramiro and him if he got to meet Ramiro because of how strongly so he felt about him. It's so weird how strongly like every single like character feels about Ramiro just because he like saved them or made him a part of his team. But then later on, we saw that it's apparently the meeting was only supposed to happen in 7 days. So then, in 4 days later, because Gabiru met with the clown guy with Lapis, Gabiru ended up meeting the chieftain before Ramiro, and then did like a coup d'état. I think that's what it's called, or maybe that's called something else. But then he's just like he's such like an arrogant idiot that doesn't know anything that he's talking about because he's young and he doesn't have all the information. Like this is like one of those moments where because you don't have all the information, you act rashly and you act stupidly because you don't know all the information. But then if literally he just listened to like his elders, like sometimes elders are wrong, but elders literally know a lot of stuff. So then Gabiru just locked his father and his sister and all of the other like lizard men I guess councilman into like a cage and then decided to be the leader and then he took his father's like staff, his trident, and then he ended up getting powers. Like I literally hate this. This is one thought that I had, especially with like King Arthur and Excalibur, because Arthur is the one that takes out the sword, right? So then I'm wondering like because he took out the sword, that means that it's his sword, right? He's only allowed to use like the powers of the sword. So I really want to search information about this. Can anybody else use his sword? Like if someone killed King Arthur, would they be able to take his sword and use it? Because that's not fair. It's his sword. He's the one that took it out. It should be his. I like how like Gabiru betrayed his father, took his trident, and then the trident's just like, I'll give you your power. Like if it's just like a random trident that has magical capabilities and literally anybody can build it, then that's cool. But I'm pretty sure that only lizardmen can use that, or like only lizardmen chieftains are allowed to use that sword. Maybe it's like a thing where it's like it depends on your level because in Sword Art Online, like Alicization, like depending on your level of the like yourself and your sword, you're able to wield the sword. So maybe Gabiru is strong enough to wield the trident, so then he gets the weapon's capabilities. So I'm wondering what kind of capabilities it has. Like he glowed yellow, so maybe it's gonna be lightning capabilities, sort of like Ramiro's, or maybe it's something else. But I'm just assuming that it's lightning because that's works well with tridents and stuff like that. But after that, we saw that they started to attack the rising orc army that's charging into that just got to the marshlands and is attacking them. But then because Gabir didn't know about the starved factor with them eating each other and gaining power, I like it how when they gain power, they just like grow like purple auras around them, pour like dark evil auras, and they have like glowing red eyes. And then so then they start eating each other as the lizardmen are attacking and like I like how like their spears, like how strong are lizardmen spears, because they just like chop like the orc lord, like the not the orc lords but the orcs, just like metal backs or like their armor. Like can like metal on metal do that? Can like a spear just go right through like steel or like just armor in general? But other than that, that's all that happened this episode, with them just doing like the whole entire like alliance thing, and then Ramiru, and then then the further of the alliance thing, and then them attacking the orc army, and then I guess that in the next episode we'll see the rest. So yeah, this episode was it was okay. I didn't really enjoy it that much. It was cool and it was funny, but it was okay. I would give this episode a 6 out of 10. I would give like every single episode up to episode 12. I would give an 8 out of 10. This episode, I didn't like it. I guess it's like one out of many, but still the art and animation is still pretty good still, and stuff like that. But yeah, those are my thoughts about this episode. And yeah, if you enjoyed this review, leave a like, slash discussion, stuff like that. But if you didn't like this at all, leave a dislike. No idea what I'm talking about anymore. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week for the next review, and bye.